So the most important lessons that I learned were when, I think I mentioned a little before that everything went to the dogs, but then it all came out of that. I mean, we went from literally everything went wrong in a couple of months. The branch was falling apart at the seams. The members were yelling at each other all the time. People would storm out of church hurt and crying during sacrament meeting and during all the meetings. And then the elders set the church on fire on accident and completely destroyed half of it. On New Year's Eve, we had maybe only 11 to 8 people coming every time that they came to church. And we had to teach almost all of the lessons because people weren't really willing to do that. We weren't finding any success. We couldn't find anybody. And we were scared to bring them to church anyway if we did. But we went from that to being the most successful place in the mission. And the difference was that the mission president came and told us that we had the potential to become the most successful place in the mission, and we believed him. And we went out and tracked it, and we went out and contacted, and we would talk to more than 200 people every day. Our goal was to have 100 contacts a day, which means that you don't just start talking to them, but that you have a whole conversation. That was a lot of talking, but it paid off. And it literally, like, we had to start adding seats to the church every week. We'd have to add more seats and more seats because more people would come. And the meetings got more spiritual, and people who had been excommunicated were rebaptized, and people who had been inactive for a variety of reasons started to reactivate. It was just like a renaissance. And it was because we had the sense that this could happen, and we stopped believing in what people said, that this was the armpit of the mission, and we started to believe that this was the place that could really make a difference. So that was absolutely the biggest thing that happened. It was just like, I would have never expected that to have occurred, but then it did, and it was real. And ultimately it was because the Lord has a plan that we don't anticipate.